So, let me turn on some music. Classic ambient? No, it's lame. But what do I want? I want... funk is easy to listen to, but it's lame. Here, Victorian ambience. Okay.
On Christmas Day, we were in the hospital.
Shut the hell up.
It was our first Christmas being parent.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Let's see here. So the chest follows the shape of the clavicle. This means that we actually... So we actually want kind of an indentation like this. And then we want... Oh shit, God. Damn it, okay. That's my fault. Okay, transparency, add alpha channel. And then we want to go layer, transparency, color to alpha. Okay, of course, transparency threshold. Right, so opacity threshold. Ew. Alright, I've got no choice. That's annoying, but whatever. It's my fault. I should have been paying attention. So we've got... background. Oh, for fuck's sake. Mother. Oh, shit. No. Come on. No! Okay. Sketch work. And then this one should be background. Okay. There we go. So, hi. If you're just joining me, allow me to introduce myself. Let's see. Oh, dear Lord God. What is going on with this? Do I have no opacity? Did I lose my opacity? Probably. Here, let me set this at like, there we go, 60 opacity. That way, I can get some semblance of, yeah. So, if you're just joining me, hello. I am Druid Peter. Nice to meet you. Okay, now here's the so right now I'm just doing practice, trying to improve my mother clucker. Why must this be so I am really making mistakes on. Ah, fuck. Okay. Mother clucker. Okay, sketch work. This is background. And this should be turned white. There we go. That's better. So, in case you haven't figured it out already, I'm not the best at multitasking, and drawing and talking at the same time is probably not super easy for me. But I'm going to try, though. Please be warned. My speech may become a bit rambly. Just enjoy the fire, please. Oh wait, you can't hear the ambiance music. That's all right. I'll play the ambiance music. Maybe that way I'll be able to. Actually, I can't play the. Okay, ignore that. Just keep going. Let's see. So we want to try and use as many guidelines as we can because I am not all that great at anatomy. And so this right here is the trapezius muscle. So because Rose is a bit buff, we want a defined deltoid. She is looking already. This is looking fairly buff. Now, here's the thing though. These muscles are kind of hunched forward. So her whole rib cage actually needs to be hunched forward a little bit as well, doesn't it? So, if I come over here like this, and then I'm going to dip this, and I'll probably... I like it when their rib cage is actually defined. Now then, this of course right here is the armpit. So, let me look over here. Okay, I see. Now, Rose's arms are kind of being splayed outwards like this. So she's actually... So her arms are kind of like... So this arm is going to be... because she's going to be pulling a sword out of a scabbard, so kind of like this. Oops, sorry, accidentally hit my mic. So this means that if this is like this and this is like this, the scabbard needs to be above her eyes. I'm going to have the scabbard be, or the block be more or less, yeah, above the eyes, which means in order for this to make sense, here, let me just draw a line down here to the bottom of the rib cage. That way we have ourselves a circle. And then we just, I mean, I can kind of fudge it. I'm pretty good at that. So that means that this elbow is going to want to be like right there. Approximately, that actually looks pretty good. Oh, God. Am I really putting all of these lines on the background again? What the fuck? Okay. Alright, let's try it again, folks. Merge down. Transparency, color to alpha, it's white. Get a new layer. Change the name, sketch work. Get a new layer, call it background. Move this background over here. Paint everything white. And then switch over to the sketch work layer. There. Oh my god, look at that. That is nasty. I did not want that. Okay. If I duplicate layer, there we go. Merge these visible layers. Right there. Yes. Okay, and now we've got something that's relatively okay. Let me make sure that yeah, that the eraser has lock brush to view set so that we are golden. We want let's see. Paintbrush is at 40, so we want eraser to be, well, I was going to say at least 3 times, so 120. 4 times 3 is 12, right? Let's see. Ooh, but that's too big. So we'll go 80. And certainly at least double that of the, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so this arm is not happening. This arm is whatever, nobody cares. I'm not sure if that arm is long enough. I mean, it probably is, but let me make it a little bit longer. Okay, the scabbard is over here, so her hand... If her hand is going to be right there, though, that's a problem, because... Right, the elbow needs to be, like, right there, because this needs to be as near that of an isosceles triangle. And see, the thing is that the wrist needs to be right here in order for it to be a... Wait, isosceles? No. Yeah, an isosceles triangle is one in which the two lines are the same size, or two sides are the same length. So I guess that's all right. And since, damn, that is an awkward position, but because the way I'm looking at it, it looks to me like, well, okay, so let's just erase much of this stuff. Now, here's the thing. The scabbard is in front of the bicep. So that means this scabbard is going to go, going to keep going this way. We don't care. And then since her wrist is right here, oh no, she's pulling the sword out with this hand. So that means that the handle needs to be like, because this is where her wrist is, this means that the handle is going to terminate like about right there. That should give plenty of time. We will, okay, so what I want to do here is, okay, so we have this is going to be the forearm. And then this is going to be, okay, and this is going to kind of go there. You know, I actually really like this, taking my time with the line art instead of trying to rush to create a full-on, full-length colored. Okay, now if I remember correctly, the nub is attached to the forearm. So that means bony nub should be angled in sort of this direction. And then let's clean this up a little bit. I can already tell this part of the forearm looks weird. We want... So I think it's because... The hell? Wait, what's going... Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So, well, okay. No, I mean, I don't really see, but I kind of see. The main issue is we've got to get rid of this weird sort of, I mean, the arm has to look straight, you know. It can be crooked a little bit, but it has to look straight. So this means that this curve is going to be slightly less, except we probably do want to accentuate the fore curve just a tad. So, sure, why not? So we have this, and then we have this down here. This is the trapezius muscle, which means we want to accentuate the deltoid. But wait, doesn't the deltoid actually... Yeah, kind of wrap around and attach itself to the arm? I think it does. Now, and then here we want kind of a rounded sort of thing. Okay, and then we want to, and we're going to, since this is right here, you know what? This arm actually should be like up here. There we go, kind of like that. And then we have this, which is this point right here. So we want to go bring this down here. But here's the thing. So we know that there is a muscle. Now, if you're raising your arms up like this means that the side, I think it's called the lateral deltoids, kind of burst out a bit. The only thing is, this is the rib cage. So this arm is too far outside the rib cage. The deltoids really should be over here. So that means I need to fix that. This, of course, means that this is because the lateral deltoids, or no, the lats. I'm just gonna call them the lats. Lats have to be over here-ish, right? See, if this is where this is, though, and then this, we go down here, we're way off. So maybe I can fix that by doing this. Control-Shift-L, and then move. Okay, that looks better, or something like that, because her arm... Ooh, see, the thing is, that is so... I don't think that's not... Actually, you know what? That's probably correct. Okay, hold on. So, we have something like this. Should the scabbard be above the head? Let me see. You know what? I think I think the scabbard should be above the below the eye line. So let me erase all of this. Oh, all my hard work. No, it's fine. It's fine. That's what we're doing this for. It's trial and error. Okay. So we know that the head is... Should I lower this to like 15 or 14? 14 seems reasonable. Okay. So, eye line is going to be right here. Yeah, let me create a new layer. There should be this scabbard. Not that that's going to help all too much. Whatever, we'll work on it. See, so... Okay. So here we have a scabbard like this, right? You know what, though? If the scabbard is like this, we know that the deltoid is going to be right. I kind of want her to be... gripping the scabbard from the underhand or from below. So let's see here. So if I put this right here, elbow's going to be right here. And then what I want to do is we want another wrist right here. But we got to be careful. So let me just... kind of like this. So if we have an isosceles triangle, ooh, it's almost at a 90-degree angle. And then we head over here. This means, so now at this point she would really be so something like this. Okay, so now she's gripping the bottom of the, or she's gripping the scabbard from below, and I actually quite like that. Okay, now this, because we need to take into account exactly the twist of the elbow when working with this wrinkle right there. It's not really a wrinkle, but I'm not sure what you would call it. Okay, and then the bony part of the forearm is attached to the forearm, so that's good. And then, okay, I like this a lot. Ooh. Zoom in. That's why we have, this is why we have lock to view set on the eraser so that we can erase stuff easily and rebuild it. Damn it, the scabbard merged down. So if I was working on trying to make a complete illustration, I probably would be using multiple layers for the sketch work, but since this is really just practice sketch session, I'm not really doing that, and well, you can see the results for yourselves. So now one issue here is that this is not going to give me the opportunity to really practice too much. You know what, I'll work on the lats on the other side. So her shoulder needs to be closer in over here like this, because the actual shoulder thing is embedded halfway in through the boundaries of the rib cage. Now this is a bar. Okay, she's really, so her hand needs to be almost like right here in order for it to make too much sense. So, and then of course here we have this shoulder, which is like, oof. So this is this. So from here to here, we want it to be it needs to be an isosceles triangle, right? So this is this. Well, okay, the angles don't matter. It's the lengths that matter. Still, from this angle, it does look like it's gonna be, so let's make sure that this forearm is the correct length. So from here to down to here, that's actually a pretty damned wide arc. That's a pretty damned wide arc. So from about right here-ish, loosely, okay. Okay, so now we have this. Oh man, this is a tough one. It's messy. What's the hardness on this? Yeah, it should be like, yeah, that's good. We want a low hardness. A very soft eraser, really. Okay, so we have this. Since the upper arm is going to be mostly occluded by the forearm, we need to make sure that we should focus on the forearm first. Since this right here is das wrist, This is such a... Ooh. This is not bad, but we need to make sure that the arm reads as straight, which fortunately we can do by... Okay. It should be almost... Ooh. That's not gonna work. It's... Mm-hmm. It needs to be down here. Okay, that's fine. Come on, let's do it. We can't have a skewed forearm. There we go. Here. Kind of like that. Whatever. And then we are going to... Oh, I see. The upper arm needs to descend to meet the forearm. Yep. That looks really freaking good. I like that. That looks really good. Okay. So, and then of course we can just clean that up a little bit. Rosa, she's supposed to be buff, but already she's got really thin arms. Well, whatever. Okay, so this is like this. Now the only thing is, since this is so on the side, it's like, ooh. So as far as this hand goes, the wrist is right there. She needs to be gripping a scabbard from... Okay, so... Because from the top, so we actually want... This is going to kind of... A dip. But then we have this. Okay. So then we want to kind of go up, and then we kind of want to go down. That's not down far enough. The so let's see here. This right here. Here, let me reduce this to like 60. So this, you might think that this is actually, this line is where the fingers come out, but this is actually the line between the thumb right here and the where the index finger starts actually. And the reason for that is because if we're looking at a scabbard, okay, you know, since she has her arm wrapped around the scabbard, or in this case I guess it would be the hilt of the scabbard, we can make the scabbard thin enough if necessary. The finger, yeah, this part is what needs to be around the, fit around the scabbard, because she's actually pulling on it. Which means that if she's doing this, that means that the actual line where the fingers are kind of goes down here, okay. But then, because of how she's holding this, so I'm not going to worry too much about the fingers right now. Just know that we want 1 or 2 fingers. We don't need to do all of them to really get the feel of it. And then let me reduce the brush to like 10. Especially with these really fine detail areas. It's like, hey, we need to really... So that we can... Okay. So we have this. And then the thumb, it needs to be actually resting on the scabbard because she's gripping it, and so there needs to be like actual contact. That is not gonna work. That's not good enough. I ended up reducing the line. This sucker needs to be all the way up here, which means that the actual knob where the thumb comes out needs to be protruded a bit more. So there we go. And then, because the scabbard is like at this point, all we have to do is bring the thumb down. There we go. Okay. See, she's actually gripping it. Now, of course, could this be better? Yes, it most definitely could. But that's pretty good. It's not bad. Now, since this is where the finger is, that actually doesn't make much sense. Because the hilt needs to be like right here. Which actually, no, that could work. Okay, that could work. Because we'll just cut off some of the fingers. Yeah. Well, not really, but... Okay, for right now, I'm just going to do a standard freaking hilt. There we go. Whatever. I mean, okay, that's not a standard hilt. It's an easy one. But that's okay. That is very okay. Hilt's going to be mostly obscured. Fun fact, this sword should be curved. So the fact that we have a straight sword and a straight scabbard already means we fucked up. And then, because of how long the sword itself needs to be, that means that we cannot have pulled the scabbard out too far. So the tip of the scabbard should be relatively close to the actual hilt itself. I may actually be unable to convert this sword into the kind of sword I wanted, because the kind of sword that Rose actually carries around with her is a very specific kind of sword that currently the shape and form of this sword does not have. And that is my fault. I don't know why the scabbard is like, it should, why we have this weird ass curve right here. So as you can see, I can, yeah, I ramble. I apologize for that. I hope I'm at least being somewhat useful, guys. But I will admit it's hard to do two things at once. Just for me especially, I'm really bad at that. But okay, so we got scabbard. Scabbard's kind of coming out. The fuck? I am not sure about how natural this pose should be, but oh well. She's got her hand like at the very tip of the hilt. Like, that's kind of weird. I'm not sure. Okay, now here's the thing. So this is where the wrist is, right? Well, presumably. So she's like this, and then so her thumb should be facing outside. Wait, yeah, should be facing outside, which means, oh, that's weird. Okay. So this is going to go kind of like this. So if you zoom in closely, you can see that the indentation of like where the wrist actually turns into the so her palm actually should be like this. If you really think about it, the palm actually wraps underneath the scabbard, and then the actual line where the fingers are. It's going to be like almost right here down below. And so we need to attach this arm then to this palm area, which is okay, kind of like this. So we get this indentation. See, the issue here is that this needs to be even further up, almost to the point, which makes sense because the thumb is actually going to be right here. So this means that this indentation, I'll just kind of do it like that. And then we have this, and then I can erase this because even though it's wrapping around, we still shouldn't actually get. Yeah. Oh my god, that looks terrible. That looks freaking horrible. You know what? I think I know what it is. Let's try this. Let's move the hand a little bit further this way. Wait. Okay, is that fun? See, she's like... Let me see here. Okay, I see what's going on. I am incorrect about how this hand should be angled. See, if we go in like here, this is where we can angle the wrist a little bit, but at the end of the day, now in this case, this is the point where the wrist starts, and then the line from this point to the pinky has to cover the scabbard. So also if I'm like this, and this is like this, so actually this is not, I don't think tilting the wrist is a good idea. At least not, yeah, it's hard enough. This is a really difficult angle. But either way, the pinky starts about right here. And then we have this part of the scabbard which we can connect. And then, because this is the pinky line, the point from the thumb to the index finger is going to be about right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the knuckles. Oh, look at that. That's great. There we go. I mean, granted, it's not perfect. You know, there's additional stuff that needs to be taken into account. And then the thumb is going to be wrapping around. So, we just need a hint of something. Well, it's a hint, but that's a hint of something, but it ain't a hint of no thumb. Okay, so I am not sure about this. This is where the wrist starts. We need some sort of indentation at a minimum. So let me just... Okay, this is where the wrist line is. So that's where the indentation should stop. Okay, and if that's this, then this needs to be perpendicular to that. This means that our entire forearm needs to become unscrewed. So if this is... Okay. There we go. This is... Oh, wait. This is not... Oh, no. It's... whatever. We'll just... want to go here. Wait. Oh, I see. This is weird. but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. There we go. It's all right. It's all right. We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay. And then the nub is going to be with the forearm as it... Let me see here. Since this is like this, I feel like I don't really see much in the way of... I don't think... Hold on. The nub's probably not all that... Yeah, the nub's facing the viewer, so it actually shouldn't be all that noticeable. So we actually just kind of want it... We want a smooth forearm. There's not in the way of lumpy lumps. So almost like that. Let me see here. Here, let's get something. We'll clean that up just like that. And then, wow, I can't believe that actually looks correct. Wow, it would have taken me ages to figure that out 10 years ago. That actually looks correct. Well, what do you know? Okay, although now I'm having issues with this sucker. What is this weird ass lump? Look at this. What is this? That shouldn't be there. Let's just make it nice and... Oh, shit. Dude, that looks better. And then this part of the arm needs to be made a bit thicker. So we're gonna bring okay, so well, howdy doo da. Look at that. And then this part of the shoulder also needs to be brought in, or I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. Interesting. And then we have this. Now keep in mind, folks, that this is just sketch practice. I am focusing on line work. That is all. So this will definitely not be colored. I mean, it may be colored in the future, but right now I'm going to be doing I'll be doing multiple actual sketch work practices. So it's not that big of a deal to color this. Maybe ooh. Okay, wow. Tell you what, man, stuff looks good when you put in the time and effort to make it look good or to make it look right. Wow. Okay. Now then, we want some meat, because there's lateral. See, we have this right here. When you're raising your arm, you've got some of this stuff, though I'm not sure this is defined enough. So let's make this. Okay. So now we have a muscle extruding from, whereas over here we're not really going to see much because here the arm is lowered and it's probably pulled back, which means here I'm just going to go straight up against the rib cage. Okay. Now here's the thing. So we have this. Okay. So I'm going to detach from this rib cage. Okay. Now I'm going to try and so this is the center point of the rib cage, okay? Let's see here. Let's try to work in as much sexiness as we can. Badassness too, but let me try and make this slightly less defined. Perhaps to give a bit more of the illusion that she's... I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, it still kind of works, so... It's Ronnie. Okay. Okay, I need to pause this. Okay. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. A friend of mine called me. Oh dear, what happened? Oh. I thought I had lost my, stylus. That would have been a problem. Okay, now then. She's leaning forward. So... But the actual, okay. But the actual... So, what I'm going to do here is... Okay. So she is, in fact, leaning forward. Now, we want some... Oh, my God. Okay. So, she is, in fact... So, she's leaning forward. But her hips should not actually be leaning forward all that much. So... Okay, I'm going to really try and push this because I usually don't. But so I'm going to really try and go for maximum. Okay, so this muscle right here is the upper hip muscle. Gonna have a dip, but... Okay, hold on. Let's see here. So we have this. Okay, so this is the hip bone right here. And then we kind of want to... I guess for the hip bone, I'll just be turning it into a heart. Or something like that, I suppose. Ooh. Okay, so we have a bulge over here. I'm going to want to clean that up. But we do have a bulge right here. And then we have another thing right here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm finding it a bit difficult to not make it look like it's tilted. But I'm sure I'll figure something out. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Maybe if I get the correct length? Maybe. So... Let's see here. Okay, now if I'm looking correctly, so this, I think, this line is the bottom of the pelvis, and we want the bottom of the pelvis to be at the bottom of this little squish point right here, I think, which means that over here we want something very similar. So bottom of squish is going to be right here, okay. I think that maybe this is because one side of this needs to be less prominent than the other. So here we have squish like this. Okay, I like that a lot better. And then this is the point on the actual leg. Okay. Now let me zoom out a bit because so we have this right here. Okay, I need to see. So this is where this leg is. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of make the legs themselves. Ooh, that is just barely within the range of the image. I can fix that though. So if I move the whole thing up, Control Shift L, and then we're going to move up. Perfect. Control H. Okay. So next, fuck. Oops. It's supposed to Control H. Control Shift A. There we go, brush. There we go, brush. Okay, and then what I want to do is this one I want a little bit straighter. Or no, we can't have that. It's got to be ugh. Well, I did say I was gonna. So if we go, no, that's not gonna work. It's too. See if I get this. I don't like that. Well, do I need to move this out here? See, if I do that, then this other leg is completely borked, which is complicated. So, see, if I go here like this. Well, okay, if I just give her a traditional wide stance. Okay, so yeah, something like that. There we go. That makes a lot of sense. So, now then, we know that. So this is the bottom of the crotch right here. Okay, but we want to give her some nice. The butt cheeks are important, and then we actually do. So, same thing with this. We want to. Kind of like this. So as far as the crotch goes, I'm just gonna kind of have this nice fleshy bit right here. Kind of like that. Of course, Now the thing is, the crotch needs to merge with the bottom of the crotch bone, so something like that. That does not look all that good at all. Even if it's accurate, though it's obviously, if it doesn't look good, it's probably not accurate. So, and realistically, I don't need to go into a lot of detail here. I really don't. Um, I just need some sort of lump. So there's got to be something there for the time being. Though now it kind of looks like she has a dick, and that's or a bulge. Yeah, that looks like oof. That that's not okay. Let me just erase that for now. I will come back to it. Okay, whatever. That's something at least. Now the thing is so we want to go over here. Oh, the music stopped. Okay, what else can I listen to? To study to master every field of physics. Zelda music with campfire ambiance. Let's try this. No, I can't. I can't listen to. I cannot listen to Zelda music. Not because I have anything against Zelda music. Actually, it's just that it's too close. I can do Final Fantasy music because I never actually played Final Fantasy. But Zelda music is too nostalgic. The waves will just hit me, and I won't be able to focus. You know, kind of comes with the territory when you can't freaking multitask. Okay, so right now, just delineate the knees. Don't worry too much about. Just get something in there that looks fairly good, nice and shapely. Okay. She's got thin calves. I mean, I'm not worried too much about adhering specifically to Rose's body style because I feel like I need to get good enough before I can really have a definitive style for her. And right now, my biggest weakness is in fact my line work. Like for real. Um like I feel like ooh, my line work is definitely my anatomy and all that stuff. It's really okay. Now she will be wearing heels, so there's that. This is turning out pretty good. Here, let me kind of something like that. What on earth? I do not know if that's I'm not sure what to make of that, if that's correct or not. I mean, I guess it makes sense. There are girls with butt fangs, so yeah. I'll just do that for now. I'm not entirely sure. And then we have this right here. And what I'm going to do is, okay, we want a nice, gentle slope. So about right there. And then, of course, we have this. I don't know how to do the knees, but I'm working on it. Okay, so we've got this, and then we have this, which is fine. Okay, is that good? You know what? Because this is kind of bent this way, I feel like I can get away with more of a curvature on both sides. Let's find out. So I do think that get away with is the operative phrase. But I don't like it, so. Which probably makes sense. So maybe I couldn't get away with it after all. Let's see. Instead, let's just keep it nice and slim. Certainly feel like this looks a little bit better. Okay, good. So we've got this. Her hips are definitely okay, so she actually looks quite athletic, doesn't she? Nice. I'll just kind of do this, and then there's that right there. Because I am you know what? I'm recording this, but I'm not streaming it, so I can just block out the naughty bits, which is important because I kind of do need to draw this to some extent. I mean, I really do need to get a feel for it at a minimum. So I'll just kind of not gonna go too crazy. It's just there, folks. It's just there. Actually, you know what? Should this be even? Should I be doing something like this? This I think makes sense because now we know that the bottom of okay, this is gonna go right there. And then same thing with this. This is gonna go kind of right there. Except in this case, it shouldn't be angled up. It should be because her hips are not angled towards the viewer. So it actually should be, there we go. Okay, and I can leave that. Oh man, shit, that does not look right at all, does it? Well, so much for being able to just upload this straight to YouTube, but it's fine, it's fine. I'll just keep it like this. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Let's see here. Now, the interesting thing about this kind of pose is, well, if you look at it, it's like, up top it's kind of badass. Down here it's maybe not so much. Here, let me see if I can increase this a bit. So I'm going to add some more meat on the sides because I am trying to push myself after all. And girls usually have more meat at that part of their body anyways, so. And then over here, same thing. I want to add a bit more meat, although not as much meat because of how her torso is kind of being twisted. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Just gonna kind of go over here, and then let's erase this part of the leg so that we get it like this. Yeah. Okay. That works out. And then I also want to, let me make her inner thighs a bit meatier as well. Although I'm not entirely sure. I can get away with much more chunk. Yeah, I can get away with a lot more chunk here. Okay. Let's get them rose thighs. There we go. Nice and chunky. Chunky wonky. Her thighs are going to be thick enough that we don't really see the butt fangs anymore. Okay, now I am still not happy about this crotch at all. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to. Actually, you know what? Do I need to? Maybe that's why I'm not happy with it, because I need to flatten this curve. See, if I do this, if I flatten the V, that's gonna make her pelvis look less tilted, which is what we want. Because she's not tilting her pelvis. She's tilting her rib cage, certainly, but not the pelvis. Okay, and I think that actually looks better. I mean, well, to an extent, I suppose. I feel like I could probably. Oops. I like that. I like that. And I'm not gonna have. I feel like having the fleshy part of the pelvis not extend past the center line of the leg. I have no idea if that's accurate or not, but it feels like something that would be the right thing to do. So, then again, maybe have it extend just a little bit past. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not too worried about it quite yet. Whew. Either way, we're just practicing sketch work, so. And having it flat, I think, is a good idea. Okay, so next we have this right here, which I can clean up. Okay, this is my favorite style of anatomy, by the way, where you have a really defined rib cage, and then the waist kind of tucks under it before going off and doing its thing. That is my favorite style of anatomy when it comes to drawing women. Although I may be overdoing it because I don't have a lot of experience and I need to get better, and I think I am overdoing it. Very much so, but that's okay. Because it is my favorite style. I definitely think I might be overdoing it just a little bit. But we still want to tuck. Okay. I mean, keep in mind. So if I'm doing this right here actually needs to be. What I want to do is let's kind of make this part of the rib cage a little bit leaner because I'm trying not to overdo it. Ay, ay, ay. And the thing is, I'm not sure I'm doing it right, but well, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Let me just pick this off right here. And this and here. Okay. Then we have this. Oop, we need to erase this portion because the scabbard is blocking this part of her arm. Okay. Now, the boobies. So we want to connect the tissue right here. Hold on. I need to take into account the clothing that she's going to be wearing. And because Rose is naturally a busty woman, and she's so we kind of just want to, we're going to emphasize the sides. Oh man, this is not, no, this doesn't make any sense. Why would there be? Here, let's just go like this. Yeah, Rose is busty. So, like, she doesn't have like a V-shaped cleavage like Sarah, because Sarah has V-shaped cleavage because she actually wears like push-up bras and stuff, you know? Whereas Rose doesn't really have that. She has more like the straight line cleavage because, well, I mean, because she's busty. That's, you know. So her boobs are more just kind of like, you know, Rose's boobs are more full at the sides and not really all that full at the center because she's naturally busty. Whereas if you look at when I draw Sarah, um, Sarah usually actually doesn't have much fullness on the sides, even with the push-up bra. But she does have like a super tight V shape. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not really good at being accurate. I mean, that's why I'm practicing in the first place. So I will often draw Sarah with ample bust, even when she's actually supposed to be kind of small chested. And that is, I feel like, well, the right boob looks good. I think the left boob, I may be overdoing it with trying to make the breast actually hit the arm. I don't think it should be doing that. So let's make it just a little bit. The curvature should be a bit. I also like how this boob is a little bit lower than that one. It actually works with her shoulders. And so, okay, see, that's good, but now I'm overdoing it again, or I'm underdoing it. The boob tissue, the breast tissue should hit the upper part of the arm like this. Especially since if we can. Oof. Well, okay. Uh, maybe not like that. Um, you know what? Never mind. I don't think that's. Okay. Um. Mm, so this is correct. However, this needs to be reduced a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then if I go over here like this, her boob actually should be kind of. Um. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. I feel like if we're going to be doing it like this, we need to have a bit more. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be an indentation, like about right here. But there's not really a way to make an indentation right there without increasing a bit of the tissue at this point. So, and then that looks, I guess, a bit more. I'm not entirely sure. I don't like that. It looks like a rectangle with like rounded thingamajig. Oh, the indentation needs to be made a bit more sharp, okay, a bit more pronounced. Okay, that makes sense. And then if that's that, now she's raising her arm, so there should be more of an indentation there. But over here, I think, well, I do think there should be an indentation as well. It's gonna have to take a different character. So maybe like. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't need to be as pronounced, is what I'm getting. But it should be there. There we go. Hmm. Should I put another indentation there? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe I could, but I think that the resolution it's too cramped for that. And then this, let me make this a little bit. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get this to look, to have some semblance of. I have completely erased the indentation of the rib cage, and that makes me sad. That makes me very sad. Oop, but stop. I mean, I know she's busty, but it's all right. It's all right. I can fix it. All I have to do is do this. There we go. Just like that. To erase this part right here. Okay. I do love that. Like, I love it when there's like that little, jutting of the rib cage just underneath the. And then probably can do something similar over here. Uh, uh, oops. Let's see here. Okay, so let's come back over here. And again, we want jutting of the rib cage just a little bit. And then we have this right here. Yee. Okay, I am not satisfied with the way these boobs look, but I am not sure how to adjust for that outside of, let me see here. So if we go like this, and then we go here, well, see, that's a bit more realistic. But it's not, but only if she was like naked. If she was wearing a bra or something, because bras tend to like, I mean, but then again, I think one thing I can do is I can make this area a bit less flat. So if I go like, okay, that's a bit better. Well, whatever. And then this area right here looks, I'm not sure. Why does that look not right? Maybe I'm just imagining things. Getting too distracted. Too hyper focused on it. Yeah, I think can't see anything particularly wrong with it, but I also feel like I'm not quite satisfied. I'll have to figure something out. Well, whatever. It should be fine. Damn it. Stroke correctly. Okay. I'll have to figure something out. Well, okay. I mean, maybe that's how it'll work. We'll see. I think the biggest issue is like when you're an artist, it's really difficult to take a look at what you've done and be like, oh, clearly I do not like how those boobs look one fucking bit. But I do think that here, let me see here. It's just like I feel like if I'm going to be doing this, I need to take into account the bra, and I'm just they look flat. Like that they don't look like boobs at one bit. Okay. That's just terrible. Here. So we have this, which I still like. But let me so I may, oh, wait a second. Here, let's see. Let's try doing this on a separate layer. That way I can Tissue. Okay. And now let's try and. So. Here. Um. Okay. Yeah. You'll notice I'm not talking much, but I mean, there's not really that much to say at this point. I just need to figure out how to freaking do this. Sadly. Oh. It's like, okay. Then we have. Like, I mean. Damn, I really wish. Because, I mean, I guess I can get the roundness of them done well enough, but something about the projection of them. Like, I see other people, you know, and they can do two things. Like, I see in other art where they make the breasts protrude from the chest, while at the same time, they don't make the breasts feel hard. Like, freaking metal torpedoes, strapped to the chest. Like, they look soft, they feel soft, but for whatever reason, they protrude. Now, to be fair, this is probably not a good angle to showcase protrusion. It, I mean, so maybe I shouldn't beat myself up because this is at from the camera angle and from her pose, and how she's standing. you really wouldn't expect to be able to really see protrusion just from line work alone. And indeed, that does appear to see what I'm to be what I'm getting. And you know what? I think I'm okay. I think I am okay with this because does it look? I don't know. That doesn't look right. And I don't know why. And it's annoying. And it's already been almost 2 hours. This hurts. This hurts. I don't want to be spending 2 hours trying to figure this shit out. Rotate. Okay, whatever. That's Shift S scale. No! Around center. Bring it down lower. I don't know. Feels kind of weird, but merge visible layer. Ouch. Layer to image size again. Maybe I've looked at it too long, and now no matter what I do, it looks incorrect. That is a very real possibility. That is a very real possibility. So let me actually, though, I do think that making these adjustments is helping. Oddly enough. No, the rib cage. I mean, and she is, when you think about it, she is tilting her rib cage forward, so the boobs would be lower than you would expect, which does make sense here. Screw it. Yeah. Here. What do I want? Some bit of cleavage? Yeah, some bit of cleavage. But keep in mind that Rose is naturally busty, so you don't really get the whole freaking, super, you know, tight cleavage like that. Like, no, that's not gonna happen with her. Even with the push-up bra, it doesn't quite work. This doesn't look terrible. The fuck is this? Ugh. I mean, okay, it doesn't look terrible. I feel like I could probably move on from this point. I don't know. It just. Here, let's see. Let me go back. Merge down. Something's bugging me about this. Like, I feel like what I need to do. I mean, well, there's no way that would work. But maybe. What, like that? No. That's not gonna work. That doesn't make any sense. It's like. Let me see here. Oops. So fun. Like this. I see. Oh, I see. There should be. I think something like that. But the scabbard is covering it. And so you shouldn't actually be able to see it all too well. Right, the scabbard is covering exactly the area where it would need. Okay, well, this is her hand, but it's going to double as. Well, okay. I don't know. It seems me see here. If this is like this, I'm thinking maybe I should do this. Like, what if I just straight up moved this arm further down here? Alright, so kind of like that. And then if I do the same thing with this arm, I can sort of, actually, if I do that even more, then I'm going to end up really sort of pushing this almost to the point where, okay, but you know what? I think this is correct because now her arm is pushing against. Yes, except that's not straight enough. It needs to be okay, and then this part of the forearm needs to extend and hit against the side of her front arm like that. But then if we're doing that, this knob, I think, needs to be made a bit further back. So, kind of something like this. And then, there we go. Wait. That looks weird. But maybe it'll work. Maybe it could work. So we do something like this, but then this doesn't look right, so well, the problem with that is that, so I think bringing the arm in closer was a good idea. Unfortunately, it's clear that the position of the elbow is most definitely not correct. Position of the elbow needs to be, oh, you know what though? This is starting to line up the arm with the angle that this is, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe. Let me see. Okay. So we end up with something like this. Uh. Man, anatomy is hard. Shice. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. So we have this right here, which, okay, now she's like this. So I think that, okay, so something like this. But then we have this right here, which is not correct. It needs to be, oh my god. Oh! Okay. That, I think, looks a little bit better. But I'm also going to have to really take a step back because there's just so much going on with anatomy that it's really, really hard to. It's really, really hard. Here, I want to get that indentation because I love that indentation right underneath the rib cage. Kind of like that. We have this stuff. Okay, so this can go. These legs look. I mean, not terrible, but it's hard to say exactly. So I'm gonna have to really come back and really. Oh, right, I gotta do the feet and the hands. Though the hands are mostly done. Here. Hmm. See, I think that her legs are not, from an anatomical standpoint, they're not bad, but it's also. I don't think Rose would stand like that. She really wouldn't. Rose would have a wider, more planted stance. So, also maybe these legs are too chunky. Ugh. Mm. Okay, so this is more of a traditional stance. Okay. I mean, okay, so not as sexy, but it makes more sense. So I would rather have Rose be standing like this. It fits her character more. Of course, the leg needs to be a bit more shaped. Now, one issue is she is going to be wearing high heels. So we need to adjust for that. I'm going to have to learn. See, this is like this. This means this actually needs to be up here. Like this. The knees need to be about the same. So this means that this over here, we need to make sure that we have. Alright, that's good. That's very good. Obviously, these kneecaps are going to need to be adjusted, but that's fine. That was always part of the plan. These legs are going to need to be adjusted as well. I need to learn how to actually draw legs properly. But it's all part of the plan. Everything's going according to plan. So we're fine. We're fine. Let me just clean this up. So this is incorrect. It needs to be. And then this over here needs to be straightened out a bit. Okay, so. Ooh. Going to something like that. Same thing with this. This doesn't look right, and I don't know why. Oh, it just needed to be longer. Well, that is good to know. No, it still doesn't look right. What the hell, guys? Something don't. This is so annoying. Why does it not look right? Why does it not look right? Okay, whatever. Let's see here. Okay, so this is going to be the ball of the foot right here, which is fine. Then we have this, which is the edge of the foot. And let's see here, because the ins right. Okay, so there we go, and then I'm just gonna tap that on. Okay. Is that a heel? Well, it could be, but the problem is that I don't think one should have an indentation over here. Certainly not. Let me see here. So if you're I feel like this needs to be there we go. Okay. So this needs to be right, like that. Okay, I like that a lot better. So now what we're gonna do is, of course, we have ball of the foot right here, or sorry, heel of the foot right there. All right, so that's gonna be kind of going down this way. Now this is going to and then we have this. Uh, so we kind of have this. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Right, and I mean, I think that overall it still looks pretty bad, so I'm gonna have to really brush up on my anatomy to fix everything that I can. But I think that as a start, it's a pretty good starting off point. So yes. Okay. Let me get up here and clean up this area right here. We do want to clean it up just a tad. Bit of a Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can extend the armpit cleavage past. Oh, interesting. That could work. Let me see. I'm not sure. Like, I feel like it could work, but maybe if I just do something like that, it'll have to be really subtle. Actually, I think that's a very good. Okay. Yeah. And then we have this. Okay, now then, her head. Gotta do something about this head. So, well, first, let me finish cleaning this up. Okay. Okay, now the head. We want to clean this up. We need to make this head not so big. I mean, it's anime, so a big head we can get away with, but still, I really want to try keeping things in a proper perspective at a minimum. So, let's see here. Oof. I almost always have to reduce the head because I almost always make it way too big the first time around, but that's okay. That is very okay. It is a process of learning. Trial and error, all about trial and error, amongst other things. Ah! Come on. Fit the right curve, assholes, please. Okay. Oh man, shit, what happened to this shoulder? All of a sudden, this shoulder looks really bad. Well, I suppose that's quite understandable. Okay. Why can't shit just stay looking correct? It's because everything depends on everything else, of course. Hmm. Let's see here. So, why? No, it's fine. And as a matter of fact, I see what I should have done. The deltoid should not be over there. Deltoid needs to be like over here. But then we have kind of a dent like that. Makes sense because... Ooh. Right, that's because of how this works. Right, and same thing over here. Okay, that's better. Much better. Oh, that looks better. That does look better. Okay. So, I'm almost done with this session. Just need to... Just need to clean up some last minute situations. Now, I am by no means a professional. It took me more than long enough to get to this point, and I'm still going to have to go back over and really make sure I have the anatomy correct on a lot of things, but nonetheless, overall, I think that we are just about done with this stream. And so, I would very much like to take this opportunity to thank anyone and everyone who managed to sit through my ramblings. Struggle through these ramblings, trying to become a good artist so that I can bring my characters to the world so that others can love them in probably ways that will make me cry, but I'm sure in other ways as well. Just gonna fix that. Okay. And so now that we've got all of that out of the way, I can just clean some of this stuff up. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Okay. Something's wrong with this head. I feel like Control Shift L. It's move. There we go. Control H. Make it Okay, that looks good, if weird, but... Okay. I think that whatever was going on that made me not like it, I think... Whew! Oh man, alright. Wow. Honestly, it looks like she's holding her sword like a gun, and that is weird. I'm not like she's supposed to be drawing the sword out in a badass manner. You know what? I just realized this foot. This foot's good. This foot Most definitely. I mean, does it really not look? It looks good, right? Let me see. Maybe I just need to not. If I pull something like that out, where. Grrr. Okay, that looks good. I can't stop. But okay, we're done ish, sort of. I'm gonna need to fix the knees, try to make them look better. These legs. Look at this. This is not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to really go through and fix these legs, make them not look like shit. But it's all right. It's all right. That is very much for another time. So I just need to pry myself away from the board, from the stream. Okay, so this was a fairly good start. I'm going to continue this another time. Let me save this under illustrations. I really do need to reorganize my folder setup, but it's fine for now. Line work practice. This is going to be practice 1. Okay, thank you for coming to the stream, everyone. This was, I think, a pretty good start. And I will continue on in my quest to become a better artist. So, peace out.